Most of us get 2 to 3 weeks a year to take vacation. And if you're like me, these vacations are something to look forward to. You get to stay in some great hotels with fantastic food, poolside service, and other various entertainment options. In our world today, that's what we can expect of vacations. But do you know what you don't expect when you take a vacation? Having your personal information stolen because you stayed at a particular hotel. Hi, I'm Michael. Today, I'd like to explain to you the recent Omni Hotel's data breach and why hackers are starting to target your personal information at hotels that you stay. I'll share some examples of how these hotel hacks happen and help you understand how you can protect your information and that of your families. On March 29th of this year, Omni Hotels noticed intruders in their system. To prevent these attackers from causing more damage, they shut down their systems. Because Omni, like most hotels, rely heavily on computer systems, this shutdown immediately caused problems for customers. Room keys and hotel phones stopped working, Wi-Fi's went down. And imagine being in the middle of an important, maybe work presentation, and your hotel Wi-Fi stops working. Yeah, it was chaos at Omni Hotels, but the truth is, if Omni hadn't shut down its systems, who knows how much more customer data these intruders could have stolen. Omni Hotels said that the affected customer data included names, email addresses, and information from their Select Guest loyalty program. These are quite valuable pieces of information. Thankfully though, more sensitive information like payment details, social security numbers, and financial information were not affected. As for how this breach happened, Yahoo News reported that a ransomware gang called Daishin took credit for the cyber attack. Daishin is a ransomware and data extortion group that has been causing problems in the healthcare sector since 2022. Their usual tactic is to steal patient data and threaten to release it if a ransom is not paid. It's not a surprise that CISA and the FBI have been on the lookout for this group for quite a while. Now, back to the Omni data breach. On the dark web, Daishin posted that they will leak 3.5 million Omni customers' records. Even though Daishin did not include proof in their post, they shared some parts of this alleged stolen data with databreaches.net. This is a site that's dedicated to reporting on data breaches. Databreaches.net said that the data Daishin shared matches the kinds of personal information that Omni said was stolen. Still, Omni Hotels has not confirmed who is responsible and said they are still investigating the cyber hack. Hackers know that hotels are a treasure trove of sensitive guest data like contact information and credit card information. Think about it. When you book a hotel room, you provide your name, your phone number, email address, credit card information, and sometimes your home address. When you check into the hotel, you have to show your driver's license or your passport. All this information is stored in databases that hackers know exist. This data is very valuable for cyber criminals. Why? Because they can make a lot of money out of it. They target hotels because they know that not all hotels have the best security to protect sensitive customer information. So how does it work? How do these cyber criminals extract data, and what do they do with the stolen data? Well, hackers have different methods, but based on the cyber kill chain framework developed by Lockheed Martin, here's what a typical hack process looks like. First, the hackers research which hotels to target, and they collect email address, contact information of employees. Naturally, they look for hotels with weak security. Hackers use several methods to determine which hotels have weak security. For example, they may gather publicly available information from websites, social media, job board descriptions, and public records. They can use automated tools to scan networks for vulnerability through port scanning, vulnerability scanning, and search engines like Shodan. Hackers also employ phishing and social engineering to trick employees into revealing information. They explore dark web forums and details of previous breaches and insider information. Hackers target unpatched systems and default configurations by exploiting known vulnerabilities in software and systems. Also, they test physical security by doing on-site visits. Hackers intercept and analyze network traffic, testing the security of the Wi-Fi networks and monitoring data transmissions for unencrypted information. Next is weaponization. The hackers create malware for the attack. This malware can be attached to deliver payloads like links to a website or files in an email. Once the weapon is ready, it's time to now deliver it to the target hotel. Hackers send emails with compromised links and attachments. The next phase is exploitation, where the weapon is triggered. For instance, a hotel employee might click on an email link, allowing hackers to exploit the hotel system. After gaining access to the hotel's network, the hacker will install the malware. The next phase is command and control. The hackers establish a communication channel to control the compromised system and send commands in order to steal data. And in the final phase, the hackers in this could involve ransomware, where they threaten to publicize the data if hotel doesn't pay. They might also sell the data on the dark web, or they might use the stolen data for further scams like identity theft. So there you have it. This is exactly why and how data breaches happens to hotels. And these hacks, they will keep happening. In fact, over the past 10 years, more than 20 hotels have been hacked, at least publicly. Next, we'll talk about a few of those hotels that have been hacked. You've probably heard the saying, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, that might not be the case for your data when you stay in hotels in Las Vegas. In September 2023, MGM Resorts International experienced a major security breach. Similar to Omni Hotels, MGM detected an attack on their systems and had to shut them down. But the impact on MGM was far greater. The cost of the data breach was $100 million and compromised a significant amount of customer data. The exposed information included contact information, gender, date of birth, driver's license, social security numbers, and even passport numbers. Fox 5 News reported that the hacker group ALPHV and Scattered Spider claimed responsibility for this attack. They boasted that it took only 10 minutes of a phone call to an MGM employee in order to hack their system. MGM has not yet released an official statement on how these hacker groups hack their system, but it's likely that they use similar methods as that of Omni Hotel. Let's go back to 2022 when Intercontinental Hotels was breached just for fun. Yes, you heard that right. Just for fun. On September 6, 2022, Intercontinental Hotel announced that they detected an unauthorized activity in their systems, which affected their booking system. Fortunately, Intercontinental detected the attack early and quickly implemented their response plan. It was reported that the hackers were a couple from Vietnam who called themselves TP. Quite a name, right? You'd think with such a harmless name that they would be harmless themselves. These hackers told BBC News that their original plan was to deploy ransomware. They initiated the attack via phishing by tricking an Intercontinental employee into downloading malware from an email. This allowed the hackers to bypass the hotel's two-factor authentication. However, the hotel's swift response stopped the hackers. TP couldn't complete their ransomware attack because they were unable to lock down and encrypt Intercontinental's data. They claimed to have deleted the data they had stolen. The hacker group TP stated they didn't steal customer data, but only stole Intercontinental corporate data, including their email records. However, it's hard to be certain what data these hackers might have taken since they deleted it. Even Intercontinental admitted they couldn't find evidence on whether guest data was affected. While Intercontinental managed to prevent further damage, the fact that hackers invaded their system just for fun indicates that there's still room for improvement in their security measures. In 2020, Marriott Hotels experienced a data breach that affected 5.2 million guests worldwide. Marriott reported they discovered unauthorized access to their guest data at the end of February 2020. The attackers used login credentials of Marriott employees to get into their systems. The troubling part of this is that Marriott did not catch the attackers soon enough. After the investigation, they concluded that the breach began in January and obviously affected 5.2 million guests. The access data include full names, email addresses, phone numbers, account numbers, birth dates, postal addresses, gender, and loyalty affiliations like those of an airline. And note, this wasn't the first time Marriott Hotels had a data breach. In fact, in 2018, Marriott had experienced a massive breach affecting 500 million of their customers worldwide. At the time of this incident, it was considered one of the largest breaches in history. The compromised information back then was the names of their guests, birth dates, passport numbers, credit card numbers, and more. These are just some examples of hotel data breaches. As I mentioned earlier, there have been many, many more. A recent report by Cornell University and Freedom Pay reveals that 31% of hospitality businesses have experienced data breaches. 89% of those breach hotels have been affected more than once in one single year. This is very concerning indeed. What worries me even more is that there is likely to be more hotel breaches in the future. Why? Think about it. With the development of artificial intelligence, AI can help hackers streamline their attacks. It can quickly learn algorithms, identify weaker systems, and predict patterns. In essence, as long as cybercriminals exist, the safety of your personal information stored at hotels cannot be guaranteed. As someone who travels and stays at hotels a lot, I want you to enjoy your trips. After all, we all deserve a stress-free vacation. So, here are a few steps you can take to protect yourself and your family. First, visit www.mydataremoval.com. There, you can run a free scan to see where your information shows up online. You can use the free app guide to remove your data that was affected in data breach. Just follow the steps and refer to the list of data brokers and people search sites that may have your data. If you want to do it quickly without spending 40 to 100 hours removing your data yourself from data broker sites, you can sign up for our service and we will automate that process for you. Second, consider putting a fraud alert on and to prevent hackers from using your data for identity theft or causing damage to your credit card. This is free and easy to do. Simply contact one of the 3 credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion. Contacting any one of these bureaus will notify the others about the fraud alert. You can also do this through their website. I'll put the link below. To freeze your credit, you will need to contact all 3 credit bureaus and request a credit freeze. This will prevent hackers from opening up a new credit account in your name and accessing your credit reports without your approval. If in the future you need to take out a mortgage or a loan, you can always ask these 3 credit bureaus to unfreeze your credit. You should also ask your credit card company to alert you when they detect fraudulent activities or charges to your credit card. Usually, credit card companies will cancel your card when there's fraud and issue a new one immediately. Lastly, consider using a virtual credit card. It serves as a digital version of your credit card with a disposable number different from your physical card. When you book a hotel using your virtual credit card, your actual credit card will be safe from data breaches. The process of getting a virtual credit card varies depending on your credit card company, and not all credit card companies offer it. The ones that do currently are Capital One and American Express. So if you have any of these 2 cards, ask them to issue you a virtual credit card. Otherwise, check with your credit card company to see if they do offer virtual cards and ask them to guide you on how to get one. Remember, cybercriminals having your personal information is almost inevitable now. What's important is that you take proactive steps to remove your information on the internet so that these cybercriminals don't have complete information to initiate their criminal activities. If a hacker has your personal information, they can steal your identity, rack up charges on your credit card, and even open up loan accounts in your name, or even steal money from your bank account. So your best bet is to remove as much information online as possible, making it harder for hackers to complete their profile on you. By taking these steps, you will lock down your account and set up alerts to take immediate action if anything were to happen. There, that's everything. I hope you now know exactly how your information can be stolen at hotels, and more importantly, what you can do to prevent yourself from being a victim of these attacks. So, it's your turn. Let us know. Have you stayed in any of these hotels that we talked about? Have you had your information breached? Please share your experiences with us in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell so that we can send you more notifications on more tips coming your way. This has been My Data Removal, hoping you keep your information safe online. Thank you and see you on the next video.